outside world. Moving along pretty fast. Surprisingly fast. Who knew I was in a rocket train? I'm surprised we're going this fast inside the city. Good morning and welcome to another day on Planet Doug. It's a Monday morning, about 6 o'clock in the morning, and I thought I would start the video here in my hotel room just because it's more relaxed, a bit more easygoing here before I step out into the real world and things start happening and I can set the stage for the day, because I'm in Medan, a large city on the island of Sumatra in Indonesia, and today I'm traveling by train to a small coastal town called Tanjung Balai, and it's about a 4 or 5 hour train ride. Leaves at 7:15, so I have an hour and 15 minutes to get to the train station and find my platform and all that good stuff. And I think I'm going to take a grab. Going to do the smart thing this time. I mean, I would normally walk. I enjoy walking, but my luggage is quite difficult to carry the way it's packed right now. And I don't know, do the smart thing for a change, rather than walking the 1.5 kilometers in the dark in this crazy city and arriving at the train station hot and sweaty, my shirt soaked with sweat. Let's take the easy route this morning. I think it costs something like 15,000, 20,000 rupiah. It's not expensive to take a grab, so that's what I'm going to be doing. Yeah, I don't know what else to say right now. I'm all packed up. There's my knapsack. I'll keep that with me everywhere I go on the train. That is me. And yeah, I've got a GoPro Hero 9 around my neck. That's the microphone attached to my Hero 12 right here that I'm recording with. And yeah, there's my luggage down there. As always, I have a ton of stories I could talk about the lead up to just getting on the train, getting a train ticket, all this stuff. But I'll start telling those stories as I move towards the train station and head out into the real world. So yeah, let's get started. There you are. I'm sure I'll see you again. Yeah, had a good. Okay, bye-bye. My grab is already here, so fast, I think. Yeah, on our way to the train station. So there's my grab car, 12,000 ringgit, and then there's my hotel. Yeah, couldn't get any easier. All right, so I'm in the grab, heading to the train station. Everything went so much more smoothly than I expected, which is nice. Showed up even before I was ready for it, and the fare, according to the app, is 12,000 ringgit, and I should get to the train station at 6:30, just like 45 minutes before the train, so everything works out pretty well. It's not that far away. You can see the streets of Medan out there in the dark. Don't know how well my GoPro is picking it up in this dim light, but not a lot of traffic yet. This city can get very busy at certain times of the day. weekend I mentioned that there was a bit of an adventure getting on this train, and it turns out that was partially because there's a holiday coming up, which I didn't realize. As always, these holidays sneak up on me. This Friday, June 27th, is the Islamic New Year. So it's a public holiday here in Indonesia and in Malaysia. So yeah, it's a long weekend. Friday, people get off, and all this week the trains are packed. They're booked solid. I was really lucky to get the seat on this particular train. I had to have my phone open an entire day, and I just kept refreshing and refreshing and refreshing and refreshing until somebody canceled, and then I was able to snag a ticket for the brief minute or two that the seat was available. And if I didn't get that, I mean, this entire week there are no seats available. So yeah, you got to keep an eye on those holidays. They sneak up on you. I did a bit of reading about it, and I think, like, the Islamic calendar is a lunar calendar, so it's 11 days shorter than our Gregorian calendar. So the lunar New Year, the Islamic New Year, moves all the way around, and it can happen almost any time of year. This year it just happens to fall on June 27th, according to the Gregorian calendar. But it is actually, I think the month in the Islamic calendar is called Muharram. So it's the first day of the first month of the year. And again, according to the Islamic calendar, I think it's the year 1446 right now, and then it's going to become 1447 on Friday. Anyway, it's a holiday. So it's a holiday week and a holiday weekend coming up, which is why everything is so busy, and the trains are sold out. So yeah, there it is. Medan train station, Station Medan. This is the new road that they built. The new park is over there, and I've never gone into the train this way before, so this is going to be a new experience. See how it's been designed. I'm here, the drop-off point. Yeah, and I always think about design, and just first glance, way too small for a train station this size, a city this big. I guess they just don't have a lot of room to work with. But in terms of this little area here for dropping people off, no way. It's way too small. This would be like suitable for a village, not a major city. But anyway, it's what they built. And then now we're already up on the second floor. All these big families, lots of luggage showing up because everybody's going home, as I said, for the New Year holiday. Local and airport trains. So yeah, that's the airport express train over there. And for the intercity train departures, I remember now, yeah, you come over here. And 2 hours before your train, that's the earliest you can download your boarding pass. So I have my boarding pass on my phone, a QR code, and I believe I also have to show ID to match it, so I have my passport ready. So, and oh yeah, looks like you can get a ticket here. They've got machines as well. Ticket inspection. So let me get ready for that. Okay, thank you. All done. Yeah, they're very serious about the processing here. So people ahead of me who did not have an ID prepared or ready, they have to dig one out somehow or other, and it has to match their ticket or they won't let them through. So yeah, heading down to the platform. I'm in economy 3, seat 22D, and amazingly, we're able to board right away. I'm hoping to spend most of the trip in the coffee, like the dining car, because the seats are so small here. There's no real room. So, but yeah, there's the train. Maybe I'll get my seat and then go for a walk, find out where this dining car is. Is it ahead of me or behind me? So here it is, my car already. The name of the train, Putri Delhi. Economy 3. So this is where I go in. And here we are, air conditioned, bench seats, but you can see how they're all kind of grouped together like this, like 6 people sit here and 4 here, so you're facing other people. And mine is D, the aisle, I believe, 22D. Way down at the end. Yeah, it's like a 22. D. Yeah, right there. Nama saya Douglas dan saya dari Canada. Canada. Yeah. Nama Anda siapa?
My name is Mujaki. I live in Jalan Karian, number 31. Yes.
We're in Tanjung Balai?
Yes.
Ah, okay. Tanjung Balai. And your name is?
I'm Afif Mujaki.
Ah, okay. That's...
I go to Kisaran.
Oh, Kisaran.
Yeah.
Kisaran. So, yeah, I'm in my seat. So as you can see, yeah, there isn't a lot of room here with 4 people kind of facing each other. And then if you have like 2 men facing each other, we've got our knees. there's no space, right? So yeah, I'm going to find the coffee car. And I think my seatmates are on their way to Kisaran. Yeah, they're going to Kisaran. So yeah, there we are. So I'm all settled in, and I want to find out where this dining car is, where I hope to spend most of the trip. I think it might be right here. It might be the very next car, which is very convenient for me. Ah, that's it there. Ah, okay, yeah. So this is the dining car, and yeah, they're just getting ready now. Not open for passengers yet, but all right, that's good. Right on time, 7:15. The horn sounded and we started moving. Didn't really explore the train station this time. I just sort of gone right on the train. But yeah, we're just leaving the train station now. I was thinking, I was a little bit surprised when you think about it that there's 3 trains a day going to Tanjung Balai, and then every train is always full, like every seat is taken. But what I always forget is that there are other cities along the way, so it's not like everyone on the train is going to Tanjung Balai. They might be going to Kisaran, or there's some other cities along the way. So Tanjung Balai just happens to be the final station for this train, this line. So that kind of makes more sense when you think about it that way. And when I arrived here the other night, sort of later at night when it was dark, this would have been the road that I was walking along to get to my hotel. And I crossed this intersection, and these are all the pillars with the artwork on them. Yeah, it looks very different nighttime, daytime. There's a big school right here. I always run into a lot of kids there, but not this early in the morning. Yeah, it's always interesting staying at that hotel, the Serene Hotel, because it's on the train route. So you basically pass it on your way to the train station, and then you walk back to it. And now I went from my hotel to the train station, and then right about here, we're just about there, we're just about to reach the road where my hotel is located. So I basically, I'm always backtracking every time I go to this hotel and take this train. Where is it? Yeah, right here. So this is the road where I turned left to go to my hotel. And we're on our way to Tanjung Balai. I think it's like 4 hours, 4.5 hours, I'm not sure, something like that. It'll be interesting to see the countryside, how the rice harvest is. I'm not sure what stage we're at in terms of planting. I think we'd be getting close to harvesting. So the fields will probably be full and green, but we'll see when we get out into the countryside. Yeah, it's always interesting going along train tracks. You see so much life you wouldn't expect. Just out of interest, I came to this section between the 2 train cars, and there are doors here. That one you can open if you needed to get out in an emergency. Out you go. Yeah, this one. Yeah, you could open it. There's the outside world. Moving along pretty fast. Surprisingly fast. Who knew I was in a rocket train? I'm surprised we're going this fast inside the city. We stopped at another station. I'm not familiar with this one. It says Batang Kuis, Station Batang Kuis. It's actually very near the airport, which is interesting. It's kind of the whole backtracking theme for this trip, because I landed at the airport, took the train into Medan, to get on a train to come back right past the airport again. And in fact, on the plane to fly here from KL, I flew right over Tanjung Balai. So I was already in Tanjung Balai. I could see it from the plane. And then we landed in Medan, and I got to turn around and go back to where I already was. So it's sort of like a quadruple backtracking. Oh, and we did pass a few rice fields already. And there were some I saw that they'd planted seedlings. So they were actually planting right now. But so I didn't see any full-grown rice plants yet. But who knows, maybe they're all at different stages of growth, depending on the field. I don't know. We'll see when we get more out into the countryside. So yeah, I've seen a variety of stages. Like here, there's a field where they've just planted the rice. So the rice seedlings are in there. But I think we just passed other fields where they've already harvested and there were just stalks, like this one right here, where everything is brown. So hey, I guess they're just constantly planting and harvesting and planting and harvesting. Yeah, all the fields are at different stages. Some of them just mud. Yeah, there's nothing planted at all. Just in case anyone is curious, this is what the bathroom looks like on an Indonesian train. Pretty basic, functional. Got your sink, got your toilet, soap, and even toilet paper, and a little window out there onto the outside world where you can monitor the rice growth as I've been doing. And actually right now we're just pulling up on the train station at the airport right now, I think. I did move down to the dining car, and yeah, I've taken trains like this a few times in Sumatra, going to different cities, and I've taken this train 2 or 3 times as well. And then every time, the dining car tends to be like all the seats are taken by train employees. I think they use it for moving from city to city to get to their jobs. But whenever I go in, every table is full. There's like, you can probably see a few of them men around me, they're sleeping at the table. But then when I order the coffee, the coffee server, he comes over and he kind of kicks a couple of the guys out and say, hey, we've got a paying customer, so could you move? I don't know where they go, but anyway, they removed a couple of men, so I sat down. But yeah, I don't think I'll be staying in here a long time though, just because it's way too hot. There's no air conditioning in here this time. It's really hot. Back in my seat, in my carriage number 3, the air conditioning is really nice. There's no room for me to sit with my long legs, but at least it's, the temperature is really nice. So I'll have my coffee here. Yeah, there's the counter up there. Yeah, these train employees are all dressed like in orange, like blue and orange uniforms. Makes me think so there's some sort of a specialty group, because they got a big pile of luggage here too. See all those bags? So I think they're all moving from station to station, getting to their jobs. But so anyway, I'm gonna settle in here and enjoy a cup of coffee. Now I'm feeling a little bit of air conditioning. Maybe they turned it on for me. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. There's the view out my window as I enjoy my coffee. We were just going past some rice fields, and now we're at a small town, little intersection town, and I don't think it'll last long. We should be back right in the rice fields again pretty quickly. There we are. So yeah, here, yeah, very nice. I'd love to see it like that. Such a beautiful sight. The flooded rice fields, with or without the seedlings. Yeah, some have just been planted. Some, oh yeah, that tight grouping of seedlings. They get them to like these ones here. They get them to a certain size, and then they transplant them and fill the entire field. So that's what a woman out there is doing right now. Got my coffee. Even when I was back at my hotel, I was busy planning ahead to try and figure out how I can get a coffee cup filled to the brim with hot water, because they have these big, thick packages of like cappuccino mix, and they add just sort of a drip of water. It ends up being almost like sludge, and I like to have like a lot of hot water. And I even spoke to the guy here and wrote out a message on Google Translate. It's like, can you, like the cup that you have, can you fill it all the way to the top with hot water, like full? And he knew the word. He repeated that word back to me in English. So it's like full. As yeah, like full. And then, so we talked about it for a long time. But habits are so hard to break for human beings. So when he filled up the cup, it just kind of went like 2/3 of the way. It was like, It's almost like I want to bring a thermos of my own hot water in my own cup and just sort of become my own coffee maker, you know? But it's nice. At least the water is really hot. It comes straight out of a boiler. There's a little bit of the the railway yard of Tebing-Tinggi, which I now know means high cliff. There's the name on a building, Tebing-Tinggi. I've passed through Tebing-Tinggi many times in the past by train, and I rode my bicycle through here before as well. I think I spent the night in this town a couple of times. Tebing-Tinggi. And then we'll also be going through a city called Lima Pulu. And I don't need Google Translate for that, but if I did, I'd find out that Lima Pulu means 50. The number 50. And there are some of the people of Tebing-Tinggi that I could communicate using Google Translate if I wanted to. We've stopped at another station along the way. I think this one is called Kilang Padi, if I have that right from Google Maps. And it's about 10:30 in the morning now. So we've been on the go for 3 hours, 15 minutes. Earlier I was talking about how train trips like this, it's like unadulterated pleasure. It's like pure pleasure early in the morning to be sitting on the train, drinking coffee, looking out the window. But after 3 to 4 hours on the train, you do have to temper that view of train travel a little bit, because after 3 or 4 hours, you do start to get a little bit tired, a little bit worn out, particularly on this train, because like I'm still in the dining car, as I said, much more comfortable here than sitting in my seat, because like in my seat, there's not enough room for my knees, so basically I have to sit at an angle and then to contort my body to kind of sit on the bench, and then eventually your shoulders and neck just start aching. So it's better here because there's more room, but even here there isn't a whole lot of room because of all these, they have the all this luggage that I talked about, and there are all these containers, storage area. So I can't actually like stretch my legs out in front of me. I've been forced to sort of sit upright the whole time. I can never quite relax. You can't like lie down. You can't really get comfortable. So after 3.5 hours, 4 hours, you have to temper that view of pleasure a little bit, right? And actually here with this window, as you can see, it is facing the sun. It has a coating on it, which is nice. You can see some of the coating has been torn away here. So it's tinted, is what I'm saying. So it is a tinted window, and that's really nice because it blocks the full power of the sun. But even so, like even on my hand, I can feel the heat coming through that window. So the longer you sit here, the hotter you get. So I don't want to, give the wrong impression that it's just like utter comfort and happiness the whole time, You got to balance it with a little bit of real world physical discomfort. But so anyway, one last look at this train station out there. Oh, it looks like there's a cannon of some kind. Oh no, that's probably a piece of a train car. wheels and an axle on display there. Yeah, it looks interesting. I just wanted to introduce everyone to Aldino. He's sitting beside me here in the dining car, and we were just chatting using Google Translate. And Aldino, you are from Kisaran?
Kisaran, Mambang Muda.
Oh, okay, but yeah, nearby Kisaran. But he works for security for the police on the railway system. Yeah. And he has this job for 1.5 years now, and he gets to ride the train for free. Whoa! The food cart just went over. Wow, that went down with a bang. Yeah, it was full of water and meals and yeah. Bit of a disaster. But yeah, he was telling me that he works like 2 days on, 2 days off. So he rides the train to another city, stays there at night, and then he rides the train home to Kisaran. So yeah, it's been great chatting with Aldino. Thank you, Aldino.
You're welcome.
We're just pulling into Kisaran. Bunch of men working there, and looks like most of the train system employees, the workers, they're all getting off here. So all the men that were sitting at these tables, they're all getting off now. But I continue on to Tanjung Balai, so I have another 30 minutes on the train. So. Just leaving the station in Kisaran. It's a slightly larger town, I think, than Tanjung Balai. So as you leave the train station, you pass by buildings and streets inside Kisaran for a while until you get back out into the countryside. And then we'll turn a little bit and head towards the coast at Tanjung Balai. Yeah, it was interesting to chat with the young man sitting beside me. I think I already said he was working at his job as security, a police officer for the railway system for 1.5 years. But he doesn't work in his hometown. He works at I think maybe in Tebing-Tinggi. He's based there. So whenever he goes to work, he leaves his home, which is outside of Kisaran, rides the train from there down to Kisaran, transfers to this train, goes to Tebing-Tinggi, and then he works for 2 or 3 days. He says he puts in 8-hour shifts, and I assume they provide him with a place to sleep and meals and things like that. And then after 2 or 3 days, he gets on the train and goes back. So all the railroad people that were sitting here in the dining car, they were all essentially doing the same thing. They were all going home, and they all get free transportation on the train, but they can't get a seat. That's not included, so they end up occupying all the seats in the dining car. But for me, when they see me coming, and it happened the last time I took this train as well, all the seats were filled with train employees. And I guess part of the deal, whether that's formal or informal arrangement, they can use these seats as long as a paying passenger doesn't want one. And if someone like me shows up, they sort of shoo them out and let me sit down. So that's how that worked out. And I did ask him about his salary, and he said that he earns, basically like everyone, he said, he earns the state, or the state minimum monthly salary. And I looked it up again, and currently, based on what I saw on the internet, the minimum wage is 2.7 million rupiah per month, and that converts to $163 US. So that would be approximately his salary. A lot of people that I asked directly, people who work for the government, who have real jobs, I asked them how much they make, and they would usually say like 2.1 million. So they make significantly less than the minimum wage. But according to what I saw online, the minimum is supposed to be 2.7 million, and he said that's what he makes, but I'm willing to bet his actual salaries have been lower than that. But maybe they factor in giving him a place to sleep, 2 meals a day or something like that could be included in his salary. I joked with him a little bit. I asked him if he had ever had a reason to arrest a foreigner like me. Like, has a foreigner ever caused trouble on the train and he had to deal with a foreigner and arrest them? And he laughed and says no, he never sees a foreigner on the train, never talked to one, anything like that. And then I asked him whether part of his job, whether he gets to carry a gun, and he says no gun for his job. I returned to my seat for the last few minutes of the ride, and I knew the 2 young students. They were high school students, I found out. I thought they were brothers, but they were just friends. But they were getting out also at Kisaran. So now that I'm back in my seat, the whole 4-seater is empty. It's just me. So I can sit in comfort facing forward. And there's Tanjung Balai out there. I don't know if anybody ever claimed, like, this seat. This was 22D and 22E. I don't know if anybody ever sat there or not. But now that I'm here all by myself, I have enough room for my knees. They actually reach the other seat. Yeah, I rode my bicycle beside these train tracks a couple of times, so I'm sure I've gone exploring in this neighborhood. Though the actual road that follows the railroad tracks is on the other side. So it's actually out there on that side with that window. And here we're just looking at the backs of all the houses that back onto the train tracks. And from here, I guess, the next part of my mission, should I choose to accept it, is to get a Becak to my hotel, back to the Malahayati Hotel. It's not the kind of hotel, at least I can't make a reservation there, but I sent them a message to say that I was going to be showing up today. And I got a very nice message back. They're expecting me. And I imagine my old room will be available. We'll see. Yeah, I love this view. That's why traveling by train is so interesting. You get to see into people's lives a little bit. It's basically like looking into their backyards, the backs of the houses, rather than the front. And I'm pretty sure I'm not going to have to work very hard to get a Becak. I just have to show up and somebody will just sort of claim me as their passenger. Somebody waving at the camera. So here we are, coming to a stop. I'll probably wait until everybody else gets off the train, and then I can follow them. Train has come to a halt. Loud music. I better get off. Here we are, Tanjung Balai train station. Now remember, now you exit over here. Yeah, a lot of people when they were getting off the train called out to me by name. They know my name. I may have met some of these people before and I just don't remember. And other people were, just talking to me.
Where you go?
Malahayati Hotel.
Oh, Malahayati.
Yeah, do you know it?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go out this way?
Yeah. I am a Google.
Oh, okay.
Translate.
Oh, Google Translate.
Where you from?
Canada.
Canada.
Yeah,
Okay.
Canada.
Can you speak English?
English?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
Inggris.
Oke aja, Bu. Oh, bentar ya, Bu. Bentar ya.
Saya bisa bicara bahasa Inggris.
Oh, Indonesia?
No, saya tidak bisa bicara bahasa Indonesia.
Sikit-sikit ya?
Ya, 1, 2, 3, 4,
Oh, ya,
5.
ya, ya.
Selamat pagi. Terima kasih. No, I don't have
No?
anyone to pick me up. No.
Yeah.
Your name is Saddam?
Yes.
Are you from Tanjung Balai?
Yes, Indonesia.
Do you want me to help you get there? Because there are only pedicabs here. Yeah. Becak?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, no problem.
No problem.
Yeah, berapa harganya to go there, do you think?
Langsung aja sama
You'll find out?
ya driver.
Okay. Okay.
Sorry, sir, pardon me. May I take your photo with me?
Okay, sure. Just a photo. One photo. And then we'll go.
Cepat dek. Ya, adek pula. Sorry, sir.
Okay.
Wait for 1 minute.
Okay.
Where are you from, sir?
I'm from Canada. Hello.
Hi.
Yeah. Planet Doug.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Yep. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Let's go.
Okay. This
All right.
driver.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. No problem. Mari. Jalan-jalan sepuasnya. Hey, mister.
Hello again. I'm fine. I come back
Apa nih?
in Tanjung Balai again.
Tanjung Balai. Hello, friend.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you? So, my guide on the train hooked me up with this young Becak driver. Okay here? Yeah.
Let's go.
Back in one of my favorite places on the planet, Tanjung Balai. The hustle and bustle. It's my Becak driver. I'm fine, thank you. Yeah, when the train arrives, there's a sudden surge in traffic. Everybody's competing for passengers. And there's a market area near here, of course. Feels very familiar to me. I feel like I'm at home again. The rough and tumble of Tanjung Balai. I guess the last time I did this, I arrived at the ferry dock. And when you arrive at the ferry dock, the first thing you do is go through a fish market. Here, you go through a regular produce market, cross over the bridge to downtown, the land of scooters and Becak. Very different feeling from Medan, of course. Medan actually feels quiet by comparison, but a lot more cars there. So many cars, but here the traffic is dominated mainly by scooters and Becak. The train basically took 4.5 hours, starting at 7:15 in the morning. I hemmed and I hawed about which train to take. I'm definitely an early morning person, so if there's a train at 7 in the morning, I'd prefer to take that one. There's the clock tower for Tanjung Balai and the bridge up ahead. but leaving early in the morning, if there's any stress involved, there is the risk of not being able to get to sleep, and then you can spend the whole day quite tired. But yeah, it worked out beautifully last night. I went to bed something like 8 o'clock, so I turned out the lights at 8 p.m. because I wanted to get up around 3:30, and I slept really well. So taking the 7:15 train worked out really well. Been in a good mood all day. And as always, there's the main produce market down there for Tanjung Balai, right behind me. And another market area here. A lot of fish products. When you get further ahead there's like a fish market. Yeah, the roads here are pretty bumpy. Moving along pretty quickly. Quite familiar with the town, so I recognized all the streets. And we're almost back at my neighborhood. We just turned left up ahead, and then we'll be back at the Malahayati. Get a lot of fruit stalls here. This guy's always here selling bananas. All the way back in my neighborhood. There's one place behind me there I'm so curious about. They sell eggs, like in large quantities, big cartons of eggs. And yet they have a huge crowd of people always there, like big lineup of people day and night buying eggs from them. I don't know what is so special about them. They're good eggs, or they sell them at a good price. Combination, quality and price, but whatever. It's a very popular egg shop. Just as we went by it, I noticed how many people were there. So yeah, here we are, my intersection. Hoping my noodle place is open, right over there. And there it is, the world famous Hotel Malahayati. Right there. Today's trip and the video winding down. Yeah, I just showed up. They know me quite well here. My bicycle is in storage down below, and they gave me the key to my old room 219. And if you haven't seen it before, I'll show it again. This is the view from my room. It gets very noisy up here because of the traffic here. It can get quite busy and loud. Call to prayer from that mosque comes straight into this room. And there are some like karaoke that sometimes happens off in this direction. The noise just comes thundering in. So when you stay in room 219, there's no mystery about where you are. The sound of Indonesia comes all the way in. So yeah, this is my room. There's no key card or power system, nothing fancy like that. So just a light switch, a fan, and air conditioner. You can also get these rooms without air conditioning, and then they're a lot cheaper. I think this room is 120,000 rupiah per night if you use the air conditioner, and 80,000 if you don't. So this is my home sweet home, and the bathroom, pretty basic. Cold water, there's no hot water here or anything like that. And then, yeah, the shower doesn't work. You just fill up the bucket and dump water on your head, which works just fine for me, being a simple fellow with simple needs. So, yeah, I'm gonna bring my bags in and unpack. And this is one of my favorite styles of hotel because it's an older place. As you can see, got some character, has some history, some old bones, and older hotels tend to be more spacious. There's my trailer down there, my bicycle trailer. I have to bring that up. And then, yeah, my bicycle, I parked it down here, right down there. It's got the cover, dust cover on it, though I don't know if that dust cover did a whole lot in my absence. So yeah, let's go carry my other bag up.
Sudah bisa.
Yeah, bisa. I swear my GoPro is evil. It actually knows the worst possible time for the battery to die. It times it almost perfectly, but I guess what that really means is I'm not monitoring the battery power closely enough. And just when I feel like I need the camera to record video, and I just need a couple of more minutes to get to the end of a sequence or something, that's when the battery dies every single time. And then right now, all my batteries are dead. When I was here in Sumatra last time, I lost one battery, my own stupidity. I changed batteries and I didn't put my extra battery, I didn't put it away. I put it on top of the pannier bag of my bicycle, and then it fell off. I forgot it was there and I lost it. So I'm short one battery, and it really makes a big difference when you're recording an entire day, one battery. And I should have bought another one when I was back in Kuala Lumpur, but I just didn't want to spend the money. So I thought, I can get away with it. But here it is, my first day in Sumatra, and I've used up all of my batteries. So I have it plugged into USB-C power. Anyway, I'm here in my room, and I'm all unpacked. Everything is organized. I plugged in my kettle. What I do is I plug in all my batteries to recharge everything, recharge my microphones, and then I upload all the pictures that I took. I didn't take very many today, but I always take a few, upload them to cloud storage. And then I've been running the Relive app and the Strava app to monitor my journey here. So I have to shut those down, and then finalize the trip, the activity, and add the photos and titles and all that sort of stuff. And I will be doing that over a cup of coffee. So I think as far as this video is concerned, this is going to be it. I'm going to shut down. I shot a little time lapse of my unpacking. I'll put that at the very end for you to enjoy before the video end credits. And as always, there is the Planet Doug Patreon. If you want to support what I'm doing and the videos that I'm making, you can do that through Patreon, or just join as a free member and stay up to date with all of my little postings on the Patreon. And the Planet Doug Behind the Scenes channel. I will probably talk about this trip in a podcast at some point, along with some other thoughts. So check out the Patreon, check out Planet Doug Behind the Scenes, and of course you are watching this video on the main Planet Doug channel. So thank you for hanging out with me. That was a great day, absolutely awesome day. One of my favorite days in a long time. I was just in such a good mood, full of energy, sitting on the train, drinking coffee, chatting with some of the people around me, reading a little bit of Paul Theroux, going off on some rants about Paul Theroux and what he was writing about. All in all, an absolutely fantastic day. And yeah, it's basically 12:30 in the afternoon now, and I'm gonna go get lunch, have a cup of coffee first, settle in. So that's it. Shutting down. I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you in the next video.